Hi everybody, welcome to the Art House. We are going to be sending home a little kit for you so that you can catch up with us and do a chain pull, which is a project that I love personally. So we're going to be using white fluid acrylic and black fluid acrylic, and you'll also have a little cup of thick black, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to paint the entire canvas with the thick black paint. Just spread it around with a brush. You can use your fingers. You're just gonna have a big black finger if you do that. But you just wanna spread it out all the way across. And then you're going to take your black fluid acrylic, and you can put it at the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. You're just gonna put it in a little band, and we'll give you enough that you can pretty much know how much you're gonna need. And then if you have baby wipes, you can use a baby wipe. This is gonna spread it out nice and evenly, but if you don't have it, you can use a damp paper towel even. So we're just gonna lay that damp paper towel kind of down in the paint, and then we're just gonna gently drag it across the canvas. And you might have to do this a couple times, just kind of wiping it down and across to get it a little bit wet. And I'm gonna add some where I see dry spots. So if you have an area that looks shiny, that means it's wet. If it's not as shiny, that means it's a little bit dry. So you just wanna kind of even it out and give yourself a nice little coating, not too soupy. Okay, so that's all spread out and ready for us to do a chain pull on. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking, and you can use any chain, but we'll have a couple for you to borrow, okay? So they're just regular old necklace chains, and we're gonna take that and we're gonna lay it in our white paint all the way down to almost the very end. I'm gonna hold on to it though. And then I wanna just kind of gently drag it out across the rim of the cup. And then I'm going to lay it in a little spiral. So when I lay it in a spiral, I want to go around and around on itself and make the spiral bigger and bigger. And then where I want to end it is towards the bottom of the canvas, so that when I pull, it's going to unravel, and I want to keep it on the canvas as long as possible. Don't lift up, just pull sideways, and you'll get that lovely little fan shape, that little floral fan shape. And then don't dip this back in the paint until you wipe it off. So I just wrap a little paper towel around it and squeeze it until it's wiped off, and then I can load back up. And you can do multiple single fans like that, or you can do these double fans. And I always want to think about my composition, so I'm going to go up a little higher on this one. And this is going to be like a little S, like a little snake. Okay? And again, I want to pull straight down towards the bottom of the canvas and leave it on the canvas as long as possible, and drag it until it comes off. So that's a beautiful way to do these like long, thin florals. Okay. And you can always go back in and add more on top. So if you feel like this one's kind of lonely by itself or isn't looking quite right, do another one on top of it, right? And you can just keep adding and adding and adding. And that gives it a lot of depth, because now we have a layer in front of another floral form, right? So sometimes I want to do long ones. Sometimes I just want to do one that's over here by itself, not make it so big. So that if the S's aren't very big, the loops aren't very big, then your floral shapes aren't very big, okay? So play around with that and see which ones you like. If you like them to be really big, then you just want to do big S's. I'm going to do a big S over the top of that one. Oh, and then of course there's going the other way. A backwards S like that's going to give you forms going the other direction, right? Ooh, see, that one's really pretty, right? So now I've got several different high, long, thin, but sometimes you want to do little lassos. So now I've wiped it off, and I'm gonna dip it in. I'm just gonna lay it like a little loop like that. Grab a hold of it on each end, and then pull it through on itself, right? And you can kind of move it as you pull it if you need to. And you can take other objects like the ends of a paintbrush or the end of a paper clip, And you can create little patterns and little dots and little, almost like little pollen flying off, right? Floating off there. I can do little extra feathers. So if I want to do some little feathers in there like that, feathers with little dots on it. So you can really get creative and have lots of fun doing lots of patterns and really beautiful black and white art.